What up, YouTube? Webhead Mike here, and many of us in the tabletop gaming community now have to ask ourselves, what do we do in the wake of this WotC OGL nonsense? Because it doesn't seem like we're going to have good faith going forward with Wizards of the Coast, or more specifically Hasbro. So but we still want to be playing games and telling stories with each other. So where do we go from here? Well, Total Party Skills just simply said, hey, find one of those games that you bought on the shelf that you haven't played yet and take a crack at it. And that's a good place to go. And I'll drop a link to his YouTube channel down below, because people are now beginning to realize there's more to role-playing community than just Dungeons & Dragons. And I gotta say, I know it's scary because all the other game systems don't have nearly the support that 5e did, or does. We'll see in a few months. I mean, if you type into a Google search something 5e, you get all kinds of resources. Maybe it's stating what's specifically in a book that states what it is, or you find supporting documents that or maybe some articles that'll help you construct things. But man, it's just lightning fast to get support for anything 5e. And we're not going to hit a point where we're going to have to take things like the Archive of Nethys for Pathfinder and start trying to do that for all the other systems that we love playing. Much like how Rumble is now slowly starting to become somewhat competitive with YouTube, or maybe even Odyssey. But again, it takes time and structure building to get it anywhere near the colossal heights that YouTube now is. Now, I would love to keep on doing this on YouTube, but we all know that there's always that censorship banhammer ready to come down on us. Or, hey, if you offend the wrong group of people, they will just band together like a bundle of sticks and keep hammering you until they get a strike to hit, one strike to stick, and then the second and the third will fall like in rapid succession. And we all get that, but we don't live by just coasting. You know, like that old entropy line about being on a treadmill. Well, if you just keep walking at a leisurely pace, maybe you'll keep pace with everything, but you're not going to fall behind, nor are you going to advance. And if you just give up, man, you fall behind. Might as well die. But now we're at that point where it's going to have to take some effort to get anything near what Wizards of the Coast did with D&D 5e. And that's no small challenge, because Hasbro has a massive marketing campaign behind it. But what it doesn't have is confidence from the player group. It doesn't have the trust. It doesn't have the desire from many of the key figures that are now realizing, well, we thought this was a good platform. Now it's beginning to look like we should go somewhere else. I know in my case, there's a 5e game that I have, but while I was already planning on doing it, before all this happened, I don't need D&D to run my 5e campaign. I just need the mechanics to do so. I can do all the lore and stuff on my own, but that might just be the last 5e game I do. Now, there's two other friends who have 5e campaigns going, and if they want to go, I mean, I'll go along, but I'm going to be constantly saying, guys, we gotta find other things to play. There's gotta be something else other than D&D 5e, D&D 5e, and D&D 5e. Now, I at least got them playing in a Genesis running a cyberpunk setting game, where it was in Philly in the year 2525. Now, they got really into that, and they got to think about, ooh, well, you know, how can we put some of our libertarian principles at play in this? And you can have fun with it because it's your own little sandbox and you can imagine things with it. And no one, shockingly enough, no one needed WotC to come in and tell them what to do. And sure, these systems don't have the support, but as I explained to my girlfriend when trying to explain to her how Unisystem is, it's like being dropped into an ocean. And depending on your outlook, you've either got swim fins, or maybe even a little water jet, or maybe even a jet ski, but it's a vast ocean out there. It seems awfully scary, and you do have tools to do the things you need to succeed and thrive, but initially it is so daunting. So daunting. Because, like, okay, the system's really intuitive once you begin getting the hang of it, and then you begin to realize, well, the complexity comes in with these game elements, and that's where I need to really, like, tinker and do other stuff with. But you have to get over that initial hump to get to playing something that you actually want to. Now, truth be told, maybe in about 10 years, if D&D 6e or 7e comes out to try to regain all this trust, maybe they'll have a chance. I know in 2027 there's some talk about 6xe or whatever coming out. But looking at the current structures with the D&D Beyond maybe charging as much as $30 a month or a minimum $10 a month, again, I can't see what would be worthwhile that much. Even some of the streaming services I love, like HBO Max, sure, it keeps coming out with something I want to watch every week, like there was House of the Dragon. Almost every week, I had to get it. And then the menu, until I can get it on Blu-ray DVD, probably in a week or two, I can watch it there. But even then, that's not like $30 a month. It's probably closer to $15, depending on whatever your service is. You don't need it, though. And truth be told, if you are on D&D Beyond and you're playing 6e and OneD&D, you will only be allowed to play how the suits or whoever's running it or the AI wants you to play. You're not going to have the freedom to do what you want. You're going to be locked in like a machine, just like the machine that's running it. So right now, get out, unplug from the Matrix, take the red pill, take the red pill, unplug from the Matrix, and open your mind to a new system. I know in August there's Dragonbane coming out. I'll try to introduce my group to that. And in the interim, I can expose them to Unisystem, probably through a Fallout game. Maybe get them into Index Card RPG with a Mass Effect setting. I could take them back to the Cyberpunk game with Genesis. Or I could even get them into Battletech using Mecha Hack. Or Gundam. Or Transformers. There's so many options, I have to start limiting what I begin to think. But that's because I've already gotten over the hurdle. But enough about me. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Think about anything that you would like to play that I haven't recommended. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to hear Mutants and Masterminds or something out there. I did play Pathfinder, 1E for a time. And lo and behold, I might have to eat my own words and check out Pathfinder 2E. I'm not averse to it. It just wasn't on my horizon. Some of my friends are playing it right now. I might just end up giving them a look at it. But anyway, that's enough from me. I thank you for watching this long. And now, WebMike, out.